So we're getting ready now for fight number 2 in our lightweight division. Raynell Williams, a former Olympian from Cleveland, Ohio. He will be taking on Everton Lopes, an Olympian from Brazil. Getting set here for our second fight of the night. The one that we highlighted at the top of the show, the lightweights, 2 Olympians, a 4-time Brazilian national champion, Everton Lopes, who is a bang, bang, bang guy, power guy, got a TKO in his first fight.
Really, truly an Olympic matchup because the two represented their own countries in the 2008 Olympics. And, it's a shame in many respects that Rashid Warren got the bad end of that cut there.
Yeah.
And I don't know if there's a way to alleviate the cuts in boxing because
ladies and gentlemen, representing the Los Angeles Matadors, Everton Lopes. Now, representing your Memphis force, the team captain, Raynell Williams.
Get my eyebrows singed over here, Sean, as we bring in Raynell Williams, who won his first fight against Anthony Campbell, the Mighty Gallos. And it was a split decision, which kind of surprised up because one judge had it a tie. But that matchup against Anthony Campbell, that was 2 fighters who looked like mirror images of one another. This is a young man who's got a great upside, 21 years old, been boxing since he was 9 years old. He's got a couple of kids, Raynell Jr. was just born. So at 21 years old, he's got a lot of responsibilities, and he says that I'm fighting for my kids, which says a lot about his character. He will fight right-handed, but he can box left-handed. We'll get into that a little bit.
Welcome to the Desoto Civic Center. Our next bout of the evening will be a 5-round battle in the lightweight division. Introducing first the blue corner, representing the Los Angeles Matadors, and fighting out of his hometown of Sao Paulo, Brazil, the 2010 Brazilian national champion in the lightweight division. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Everton Lopes. And his opponent in the red corner, representing your Memphis force, and fighting out of his hometown of Cleveland, Ohio. Put your hands together for a young man who represented the United States at the 2008 Olympic Games in Beijing, China. The team captain of your Memphis force. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Raynell Williams.
And here's
your referee for this bout
matchup on the head-to-head from these 2 lightweights. Lopes a little bit older, shorter, and weights just about the same, 1 pound difference between the 2 of them. So this should be an interesting matchup because of that and their history. Both of them know a lot about one another.
Well, Raynell's got a lot of pressure on him because they've lost the first fight tonight, and he's taking on, like I said, Everton Lopes, who his first fight, a TKO over Angel Gutierrez in the 4th round. There's your referee. Come out swinging already, and Lopes is a bang-bang fighter from El Salvador, Brazil. And Raynell Williams is a lefty coming in. But he said he'll change up if he has to. He'll do whatever it takes. He's the captain of the Memphis force, and he's trying to run his record to 2-0, as is Lopes.
Well, you know, Raynell had seen himself on one of the replays of one of our shows, and he was facing Roberto Navarro, picking up that win. He said, you know what, I need to jab more. I still need to work on my speed. And that's what he wants to work on tonight.
Well,
it's a really good fighter.
You talk about working on stuff. Oh, the good left hand right there from Raynell. He's a great fighter, as a matter of fact, from a skill standpoint. But it's awfully hard to just go in and say, I'm going to work on something when you got a guy of the quality of the 4-time Brazilian champion in front of you. What you really got to work on is trying to beat the guy. Because, it's different from working, as you know, Sean, in the gym, trying to work on those different things. This guy's going to be on top of him every chance he gets.
And he's also working on things. Your opponent's also working on things. So it is a lot to play off of what he is. You have to figure out how to combat his weaknesses and where you can pick him up and make him stop doing things that he is doing that's affecting you.
Now, Everton's turned around southpaw now, and you never know. I get confused. 1 minute they're right-handed, next minute they're left-handed, depending on what they feel like they can get away with.
Right-handers are more prevalent in the sport of boxing, and the left-hander style, even to a left-hander, is confusing to them.
It'd be nice to be ambidextrous and be able to turn around. I mean,
you're not?
No. I see fight. I mean, Oscar De La Hoya is a left-hander who fought right-handed. That's why his left hook was such his best punch in his heyday. There's some fighters that have their stronger side. They'll fight from the opposite side. And I can see why they would do it, and I can see why Lopes would want to turn left-handed here, too, because he's against a left-hander. It's easier to stack up against him. That right-handed, left-handed thing, you clash heads, you step on your feet, you trip all over one another in there. 35 seconds left in round one. Scheduled for 5 once again, folks.
Great shot. You really see the action from up there. And with a left-hander, too, the punches come at you differently, and yours land differently. So for Evan to sweep,
Lopes just landed a nice left hand right in there. But you know what? Raynell walked right through it.
Raynell comes back. Raynell's solid. Spinner on the block.
First time we saw Everton Lopes was against Angel Gutierrez of Mexico City in Los Angeles. And Everton Lopes showed what he can do, because this 4-time Brazilian, we didn't know much about him coming in, but we certainly know about him coming out. Gutierrez is a tough Mexican customer that he found a way to take care of.
And Lopes stayed in there and battled with him. And he thought that Gutierrez would have the advantage with something like that, but it was Lopes who fired back every time that
there it is, the stoppage right there, because Gutierrez was getting whooped in the 4th round. So there was Lopes. What an exciting debut in LA for this young man for the Matadors. And he's in a little bit better competition tonight, though, against Raynell Williams. So we're going to round 2. Round 2 scheduled for 5 here from the Desoto Civic Center in Mississippi. Raynell's looked real sharp in this fight, Sean. Crisp punches, keeping his discipline, firing that right hand.
And backing up. He's backing up when he's throwing those punches.
Good fighters. Oh, just got caught with a left hand from Lopes, but they really, this action, if you blink, you're going to miss something, that's for sure.
Yeah, good fighters can fight going forward. Great fighters can fight backing up as well as going forward.
Raynell looks real crisp this fight. Throwing downstairs, that's a good idea to take some of that speed away from Lopes.
It'll control your opponent. It'll take the steam out of his shots.
Raynell Williams throwing the jabs out there, and he's done a good job of turning Lopes around here to get him to chase him across the ring. Raynell's got a good chin. He's got a really good chin. He looks very relaxed in there, Sean. Very confident.
Good chin, but you want everybody to say your opponent has a good chin. Is what you want them to say. Not say you have a good chin. A good right hook. They still haven't found the sweet spot yet. They're still looking for it.
Lopes decided to turn it up a notch. He just got caught with a right hand. Raynell, nice right hand in there. Lopes just sort of tapped gloves and said, here, I'm going to take it off now. I'm going to get the job done now.
Looks like sometimes they fall asleep and they get back into the fight. And to get awakened, sometime with a good shot, you have to get the playback.
Raynell Williams is a local kid from Cleveland, Ohio, and the local fans here really taken to him.
Cleveland, Ohio, what a hotbed of fantastic boxers. All Ohio, Cleveland, all in that area. The Ohio Valley, they have some terrific boxers there because they got great trainers in that area.
Raynell did a good job of keeping this distance. 1 minute left in a blistering round 2, which we've come to expect in these. We're almost taking it for granted, which we shouldn't, that the action is just nonstop in the World Series of boxing. These guys fighting professionally for the first time, fighting for recognition, fighting for a chance to make it to the 2012 Olympics. A lot on the line for these young men. It's a very hectic schedule, as Sean O'Grady's talked about, fighting every other week. It's difficult. You're going in fighting 3-minute rounds with no headgear. You're getting injuries you never got before. Good solid punches. Lopes has really just firing away now. He just caught Raynell on the next to the Raynell's in big trouble. He just got a 1-2. Raynell Williams is in trouble. He's staggered, and that's it. He's getting the count. He's getting the count.
Huge. What a huge opportunity.
I thought
Lopes can clean up. Lopes, most of his...
I think Raynell's out. I think he's out right now, Sean.
Referee should stay close.
He should stay close. Raynell's
coming in. The towel came in from the corner.
Oh, what a
towel came in. Wow. Anthony Bradley threw in the towel. He had seen enough. His man had been hit way too many times. Wow. What an upset this is. We've seen Lopes before, and he wants to make a statement. He wants to make a name for himself, and here he can.
He's a smoking
Everton Lopes. Lopes is so excited about this. Good win for him. Wow.
About halfway through that round, I saw Everton Lopes. He patted his gloves together, and he said, all right, that's enough. I'm going to start pouring it on this guy. And make no mistake about it, guys, the guy that he just took out is a quality fighter. This guy, Everton Lopes, is coming to America from Brazil, and in his first 2 fights, and nobody else can claim this record, he has gotten stoppages. And this is a big-time stoppage early
and
against a good fighter.
Nowhere. The thing that you do is you slow the pace down where your opponent, you lull him in a false sense of security, and all of a sudden you land those big, heavy shots. These are lightweights. Lopes did just that. He slowed the pace down, and then he picked it up right there.
That was the 1-2 right there. That 1-2 right there, just blood came flying out of Raynell's mouth.
Right there, and Raynell knew it. He was stepping in post hold. Wow, look at this. Bingo, right there. Raynell didn't even know where he was right there. Huge. Look at the muscles in the back of Lopes. Maybe a star is born. Everton Lopes.
Can't argue with what we see
in the World Series of Boxing Ring, we
announcement.
present the official time of 2 minutes 49 seconds into round number 2. Referee LeBay calls a halt to the bout, declaring your winner by TKO, representing the Los Angeles Matadors, Everton Lopes.
I tell you what, when they picked this guy up, they really found gold in a Brazilian mine.
That is huge for him to pull off a win like that, because the reputation of Raynell is pristine. His background, this is huge.
Bang. Well, that not really landed that cleanly, Sean, but when he landed that 1-2,
no, but I tell you what,
that one was clean.
Yeah, I've seen people hurt from punches that don't look like they're big punches. So, but Everton, that looked like a big punch, and that did too. That did as well. And the referee is stopping it right there. Roland LeBay said, "That's all. That's enough." Wow. What a huge upset that was. That's going to resonate through the ranks of this league and the ranks of amateur boxing.
Well, there it is, the standings from Salvador de Bahia, Brazil. Everton Lopes. TKO in the second round. I mean, just jumped all over him like a bad intention is what it did. And Raynell Williams goes down, and so now Memphis is going to have to win all 3 of the remaining matches to pick up a home win here. And that's going to be a tough order because, like I said, LA brings a lot of depth, and you know, I knew Lopes was going to be tough, but the upset about that loss was the fact that it was a TKO in the second round. That